Now, there's a great controversy going on inside the Planetside community. Are hackers real? Those that believes in their existence claims that hackers have penetrated every part of the game, and a big chunk of player base are using either lag switches or aimbots to gain unfair advantages. Meanwhile, the other side argues that there is no such thing as hackers in Planetside. In my years of playing this game, I have not encountered a single hacker. It's just an excuse bad players make up because they can't accept losing to a better player. And it is obvious in anyone's eye that this controversy is tearing up the community from the within. That is why in this video, I have gathered up a team of experts equipped with the latest technology to investigate whether there really is such a thing as a hacker. So stay tight as we uncover the shocking truth behind this great controversy. Now, in order to start the investigation, we first came down to the outskirts of Indoor, where recently an alleged hacker was caught in camera by a regular Planetman. Thank you so much for meeting with us today.
No problem. So I was playing around there at that time, and suddenly a galaxy crashed at me from nowhere, and it was definitely a hacker because he was teleporting around.
So here we have quite a typical case of a hacker sighting, where an alleged hacker was seen teleporting around as a galaxy. And while most people are ignorant and too quick to believe that this is a real hacker, we are here to investigate. So we went to get an expert opinion from who we think is the most fitting to answer the question. Thank you so much for meeting with us today, Dr. Twisted Testicles.
Sure thing.
Now, as an expert, what do you think about this teleporting galaxy? Would you say that this is a real hacker?
This is a common mistake. I can see why a non-expert would come to this conclusion. However, what the layperson is not taking into consideration is the server and it extrapolating the future positions. You see, there's the packet and when it gets to the server versus when it gets to the computer. So the overall image can end up looking like some sort of jump cut.
So this is not a real hacker. It's just some guy with a really high ping.
Correct.
So unfortunately, this video turned out to be just another instance of hackization, where people assume that someone is hacking just because they have a high ping. So we just spoke to an expert, and it turns out that it was not a real hacker. It's just some guy with very high ping.
Are you stupid? He's definitely a hacker.
No, it turns out he was not a hacker.
He suddenly crashed my ping. 300 ping is not a reasonable answer.
No, that would explain everything.
佢咁樣撞埋嚟，好明顯就係佢嘅問題啦，係咪先？佢即係一個正常玩家邊有可能咁樣無端端成架機咁輕易？
Now, the first hacker sighting we investigated turned out to be a massive disappointment. But we have now come down to Amerish Orexicum substation, and this time we might have an actual hacker. Thank you so much for meeting with us today.
Oh, my pleasure.
So can you describe to us what happened at the time of the incident?
Well, as far as I remember, follow me. I was just going through my battle through Orexis, fighting off some of the enemy forces, and out of nowhere I just see a guy on the other end with a minigun looking at me, and boom, I just fell to the ground. My helmet was broken, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't just me. Everyone else felt it as well. There was a guy right next to me lying down on the floor. Another guy jumped off and then fell on the ground. So yeah, that was definitely a hacker.
Now, upon interviewing the witness and reviewing the video footage, this one might be it. What's very interesting about this particular hacker sighting is that it's not just one witness here. We have many other people calling out a hacker in a Yell chat. And if there are so many witnesses, how could it not be a real hacker? But in order to really confirm that this is a real hacker, we again went to ask the expert for their opinion. So Doctor, we think that this is a real hacker, given that there are so many people saying so in Yell Chat. But what do you think about this particular sighting?
You know, this is just a classic case of mass hysteria.
Mass
If you
hysteria.
watch the video clip again closely,
Yes.
you'll see that you were killed by perfectly normal in-game means. It's just one person says hacker, and then your mind starts playing tricks on you, and everything you see, every time you die, it was a hacker's fault. It's just mass hysteria, plain and simple.
So you're saying that this is just all our imagination?
Correct. And you don't want to be seen questioning the expert, now, do you?
Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So just like that, this whole thing was yet another instance of accusation. Okay, so we just got back with an expert, and it just turns out that this whole thing it has nothing to do with hackers. It was actually a mass hysteria.
You're joking, right? Are you? You see
No,
it
I'm
for
not
yourself. It's
joking.
right there. Right? No. You listen to me, alright? It's not true.
It was actually your mind playing a trick,
No.
and everyone
If
thinking
my
it's
mind's
a
playing
hacker.
with me, why are there so many people else feeling the same thing as me, huh?
It's called mass hysteria.
I don't believe you. Who's the expert? I want to see the expert. Give me the f***ing expert.
So at this point of an investigation, it was quite clear to us that we cannot trust these witnesses, as they were just throwing baseless accusations and only adding to the further complications. That is why the team and I decided to go out in the field ourselves and conduct a full-scale investigation, so we can capture the decisive proof of hackers by ourselves. So it is currently 10 o'clock at night. We have arrived at the Underbelly containment site in search of hackers.
When Chino invited us out on this journey, I knew something was gonna be found. We left the warp gate and the weather was something weird in the air. But no, we got down to the Tempest Siphon and we instantly knew something was wrong.
Okay.
Where's you hear that?
Can't you hear those noises? Something seems wrong.
Hold on, let's stop yet. Are you guys hearing something?
Yeah, something's flying, right?
That might be a sign of a hacker.
I think I can feel the temperature drop. Did you feel the temperature drop? In all my years, I've never seen anything like that before. Wait, did you hear that?
Ooh, actually, yes.
What is that? What is that?
Was it talking?
I feel like I'm being watched.
Yeah, I do feel like that.
I feel it too. Yeah.
If there's any hackers, can you give us a sign?
Was that a footstep? Stop moving? Did you hear it?
Wait, stop moving, stop moving.
Definitely a footstep.
Yeah, I hear something.
Something's here with us.
It just went past.
Something's definitely here with us.
Yeah, that might be the hacker.
I definitely saw something there, but it was moved so fast and I couldn't tell what it was.
Cool.
Okay, guys, ready for the...
Oh my gosh, man, that's a tight space.
Yeah.
Definitely feel a presence.
What was that?
Did you hear that? Oh my gosh. Is anything out there?
Wait a minute. Wait. Stand still. Freeze up.
What
What
was
is that? What is that?
There's one there.
What is
Oh
what?
god, there's someone!
Wait, that's...
Somebody here!
Run.
Dude, get out of here! Get out of here!
No! He's coming!
Run. So we come to the end of our investigation today. And although interviewing witnesses ended up being a complete waste of a time, when we got down to the site investigation ourselves to search for a hacker, we definitely felt the presence of them down there. And the thing that we were able to record, like this photo of an unknown entity, this is a definite evidence of a hacker. And all my team agreed that it was.
100%.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
100% hacker.
Mate, that is undisputable evidence.
And I do believe that with our findings today, we have come one step closer to knowing the existence of hackers. And I do really hope that one day, we can all come to the conclusion that hackers are real.
Oh, dude, isn't that the one that was the hacker? Just
Oh shit,
running
yeah.
past this dude.
It is the guy.
Oh, did you see the move speed? There it is! There it is! What?
Yeah, he's doing zoomies.
Alright,
Amazing.
time for the reports, boys.